Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? Waiting for a little bit. Facebook does a horrible job on notifications. Plus, our page has been censored for more than a year and a half. So my expectations to reach the notifications with you guys, it takes a long time. But I wanted to tell you guys today we had a really busy day of interviews. As yesterday we had a really busy day of interviews. Yesterday we did around 7 interviews with migrants that they are, accordingly, their statements run away from cartel violence. All these interviews are going to be extremely important that you guys know how the activity of the organized crime and the cartel, that is the organized groups that they're taking over, radical leftist groups, as they are taking over land by land, border by border. This is extremely important that we do this, that I translate this interview. First and foremost, tomorrow I just posted the interview with a Colombian migrant in Spanish, which this interview is extremely important, as he relates how in Colombia there are terrorist groups from the Middle East that they are coming in and they are training the leftist guerrillero military, the radical leftist groups in Colombia. Amazing. This is a statement by a Colombian migrant which is escaping from a radical leftist guerrillero cartel group called La FARC. This group, and this cartel group, La FARC, it is the group that distributes more cocaine and drugs around the world. They are known for extortion, they are known for being violent, and ultimately it is the famous Cartel de Medellin, the famous Pablo Emilio Escobar cartel that turned into La FARC, Los Guerrilleros de La FARC. This is an amazing interview, as you are going to hear how the riots that were occurring in Colombia, how he relates to them, and ultimately also how right now he is saying that terrorist groups from the Middle East are entering Colombia to train the leftist radical groups in the country of Colombia. That is shocking. Also, we are going to have more interviews of people that are migrating from Mexico, that they are escaping cartel violence. This has been completely not shocking, but it's a continuous effect as Mexican migrants are arriving to the border, sadly, and our government has been so incompetent to protect our citizens and to fight the cartel and the organized crime. Donald Trump said in his administration, and he was clear about this, he said to President AMLO, I will go in and I will help you if you want, and we will denominate these groups as terrorist groups, which President AMLO took the high road and he said, no, I will take care of it, which he has failed horribly. All the people from Michoacan and people from Guerrero are running away from fear, violence, and cartel oppression. What does this mean? The cartel are going to the ranches and they're going to the places where there is rural population. They are forcing the men and they are forcing the young men to go into the cartel and fight against another organized crime and forcing them. And if they don't comply with their orders, they will be tortured, killed, or their bodies will be dismembered and delivered to their family members as a sign that if they don't do what the cartel says, it will be completely done. This has a horrible effect on the borders. Why? Because if you see the borders of Colombia, that is the borders of Carauco with Apure, this border between Venezuela, Apure, and Carauco, Colombia, these borders are completely damaged. They're completely open and they are completely violent, and everybody's assuming that these borders are completely insecure, as you are hearing from a migrant, and you're going to hear from a migrant of Colombia tomorrow, as he says there is intelligence from the Middle East and terrorist groups training the leftist radical groups in Colombia. This is an incredible interview. Also tomorrow, we will, there was a gun down and there was a shooting, a massive shooting over here, over a man from the United States of America by the nickname of Lucky Luciano, Italian American, escaping from the United States of America, and the federal government was looking for them in the United States of America. This guy from the United States was living in our city of Tijuana, and he was running away from child molestation or child abuse of a 14-year-old. This guy was located in downtown Tijuana, and he was gunned down, as I am going to present you guys some videos of the shooting and also the evidence of this man as he was hiding in our country of Mexico. This is how it is not only important for the borders of the United States to be protected. I have always been an advocate for border security on both sides of our country. Not only the United States needs to protect their borders, but also the Mexican government needs to protect their borders, because we get these kind of individuals that are running away ultimately from a crime that they committed in the United States of America, and it is an aggravated crime, and they're hiding over here. Thousands of them are like that. Thousands of them are hiding in our country of Mexico because they know that the federal crime in the United States, it is punishable to some amount of years in prison. So they take the high road and they hide over here in our country of Mexico. Ultimately, we're going to have more interviews about, we have been doing an enormous job on going to different shelters and interviewing different cases of migrants, which is a sign for you guys. I'm doing this because I want you guys to understand how much border security it is important, how much it is, and ultimately to know the problems that they're occurring in Central America and South America, because these countries, they do not want aid. They want trade. They don't want aid. They want trade. Bring us jobs. Bring us economy. Explode the economy. Bring us your capitalist jobs. Let's negotiate. Win-win for the United States. Win-win for the other country. Let's grow our economy, and let's grow tourism, and let's grow all of this so people will stop migrating, so people will stop going at an exodus to another countries and other parts of the world. They're not only coming to Mexico, as you heard a statement yesterday as I was at a migrant camp in Camp Hope, a migrant from Haiti saying, I don't want to be in Mexico. I don't like Mexico. I want the United States. My question is, that's how much you appreciate our country that has been hosting you for the longest time right here, feeding you and protecting you right here by nonprofit organizations that they're from the United States of America? That's how we need to push. We need to push that button to make these people appreciate every time that they're migrating through a certain border in the next country, and we need to push, and ultimately for the number one thing, that is immigration reform. Not only in the United States of America, that is the door to freedom, but also in every country that is on a chain with the United States of America. Mexico, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Colombia, Panama, República Dominicana, Venezuela. All of the countries, they need immigration reform. They need a process. This globalist compact of immigration and this globalization of immigration, it is an automatic destruction, and it does not work. Everybody's noticing that this globalist compact of immigration, it is a broken system. It is a broken plan, that it was made strategically to destroy the borders and to colonize every border, so the border will be non-existent. We need to eliminate that globalist compact and create an immigration reform. better opportunity for people, but this is the process. No loopholes, this is the process. No open locks, this is the process. And ultimately, stop the number one lucrative business right now in the world, that is asylum and refugee, from all these nonprofit and activists, that they're taking advantage of migrants, of women, and ultimately the cartels, that they're the most disastrous and horrible crime, that is child trafficking. We need to do something about it. Remember, Google End Child Trafficking Act Now Act. End Child Trafficking Now Act. It is pushed by Republican Senator from Texas, Lance Gooden, and also Republican Senator from Tennessee, I believe so, Marsha Blackburn. Go and do your research on End Child Trafficking Now Act, and ultimately, please go to dhs.gov so you can inform yourself about which is refugee and which is asylum. Don't get scared. Not all of the people that are coming apply for asylum and apply for refugee. A lot of these are economic migrants. This is why they take the high road. This is why they go through the mountains, through the seas, through the open gaps, because they know that ultimately their case is possibly not going to be accepted by the United States government. So that's why security of the border, it is extremely important, not only for Canada, that is on top of the north, not only for the United States, that is the, it is the sandwich right now of this globalization, not only for Mexico, it's for the whole continent, as we are transforming into a communist continent, people. I have repeatedly said this to you. Go and research how many presidents of the continent are with communist ideologies. And if you get this idea of understanding that these communist people are indoctrinating our continent, you will understand how difficult this is and how we are going to transform, and we are at a fast track to destruction of our liberty and our freedoms. God bless you all. I will see you tomorrow on a really important live feed early in the morning. Thank you so much. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. Also follow Border Network News. You can follow me at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, and Rumble. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country is first. Viva Mexico, and God bless the United States of America.